Kenyans have come out in large numbers to react and to condemn the statement by the Chief of Defense. And even some have responded with the same slogan that he said that Kenyans should not use. The defiance by Kenyans is a strong statement that whoever or in any position, whoever will be in that position of the Chief of Defense should never involve himself in local matters, especially in politics. People have come to react. Even Gachagua has come so hard to condemn that statement, and so many other Kenyans and politicians. And those ones who are siding with the president have come out to applaud that statement. And that is why I said that if you are in such a position, there are some things you should never comment on, because even if you say it from a point of knowledge, even from a point of just good faith and everything, it will never be taken lightly. It will never be taken nicely the way you expect it to be taken. Because Kenyans are politically charged. And Kenya is a society that is politically charged. Like anything you tell us, we treat it in a political, we take it with a political taste. So before I go into the details and everything, before I give you the reasons as to why they should, the army should always stay out of politics, kindly take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell if you are new to this platform. Kindly do that, na kama kawaida, I'll be back. Thank you so much for those who have subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you. There's nothing I can give you. I wish there was something I could give you more than just appreciation. Now back to the video. The main reason why I'm saying all this is because you can see how the simple statement by the CDF has elicited a lot of reaction from Kenyans. And even the slogan that he insisted that Kenya should not use, now they have gone public and now they are pronouncing it and saying it loudly, even more loudly than they had said it before. I'm going to play for you a video, because why I'm saying this is very important. There was a time when Moi, Kenyans had walikuwa mechoka na the retired president, the late Moi, who was the president then, and there was reaction outside. Kenyans used to react and say, walikuwa nasema, oh, sijui yote yawezekana bila Moi. That was a slogan that was used in 2002 because Kenyans were tired by the then president who had ruled for 24 years. And never, even at that moment, did we ever hear the Chief of Defense come out in public to speak or to condemn. That chant went on until even the day that Moi was handing over power to Baki. That chant was there. The Chief of Defense never came out to speak or to condemn. Same to the NIS boss. They kept quiet. They kept low-key. So I want to play for you a video for the Gen Zs, because most of the Gen Zs were not nini by then. Nataka muochi video, and I want you to show video of Kenyans recently reacting to your statement, and the video of Gachagua asking the Chief of Defense to stay out and telling him that the slogan doesn't mean that they want to remove the president from power in an unconstitutional way. They are just saying that they will remove the president from power in the constitutional way, and that is a clarion call for 2027. So I want to play for you some of these clips, and then kama kawaida I'll be back to give my analysis.
Na tungetaka kuambia mkuu ya majeshi General Kahariri, wewe mtoto wetu wa nyumbani, please, the military is a respected organization in this country because it has conducted itself professionally since independence. And it's the only institution that the people of Kenya trust. Please, usilete siasa kwa mambo ya majeshi. Majeshi kazi yao ni kulinda Kenya from external enemies. And that is the work of the military. So wewe usiingizwe kwa mambo ya siasa ya William Ruto. Hata ukijaribu kusaidia William Ruto, pahali mambo yake imefika saa hii general, uweze msaidia. Hawa wananchi wamewachana naye, mmewachana naye hapo bado. There is no way you can help him. So tunauliza general, please let the military remain a professional outfit because it is the only institution that the people of Kenya trust. So don't bring politics into the military. And for your information, hiyo Ruto must go, si kusema ati atolewe ofisi kinyume ya sheria. No. Watu is a clarion call in preparation for the general election. Ruto atatolewa kikatiba na uchaguzi wa 2027. In a democratic and constitutional process. So General, I'd like to correct you. That call of Ruto must go is just a preparation, ni rehearsal. Watu wanafanya kujikubu. So don't tell us that it's unconstitutional. No. Nobody is saying William Ruto atolewe kwa kiti outside the law. Itafanyika tariki 10 mwezi wa 8 2027 in a democratic and constitutional election. So General, tafadhali enda kwa Barracks, linda Kenya. Wacha mambo mingi. Wachana na siasa. Hii siasa ni ngumu General, itakuchoma. Wachana naye. Wacha rais ajiulize kwa nini Wakenya wamemwacha. Ajiite kama mkutano kidogo ajiulize. Mbona hii watu wanaivasha walinipenda, wameniwacha.
Let's keep the tradition.
Are we there though, where they say we can lead the country to a state of anarchy? When you look at what happened in Harambee Stars versus Gabon, I think Raila was there, the president was there too. You see what is happening in nightclubs every single evening at around 1 p.m.
Ruto must go.
Ruto must go.
Let me educate them. This is called political discourse. Political? Hatupangwingwi! Political discourse. Yeah. Simple. In 2022, it was hatupangwingwi. That's political discourse. It has nothing to do with Nuruddin Haji. It has nothing to do with that man, I don't know his name. What is it? I don't know his name, and I don't even want to know it. It's better if I don't know it even. Let him remain with his boys in the barrack, and girls are here these days are there. Tunataka ikae hivyo. Political discourse is always there. Yote yawezekana bila Moi. You want to tell him the CDF and Nuruddin Haji were toddlers when we were singing those songs in 202. Yote yawezekana bila Moi. We are unblockable. These were not toddlers, they were mature people. The military didn't intervene. NIS didn't intervene. And we didn't ban the country. Moi just went home because yote iliwezekana bila
Moi.
So guys, I believe you've watched those videos. And you can hear clearly that was in 2002 when people were heading to election. It was the atmosphere was charged. Kenyans were tired with that regime. Kenyans were calling for a change. And they came out and they expressed themselves even in front of the President Moi himself. They called him out. They said yote yawezekana bila Moi. And Moi never reacted. Moi stayed calm despite everything. The military never came out to react. They stayed calm despite everything. The military in Kenya is so respected and it has always stayed off politics. Because in politics it's very murky. This is a place whereby people drag you and people have no limit. People have no boundary that this is now the limit of how much I need to go. People drag you. People bring your family to it and everything. So before you expose yourself to that, it's better you keep off. It is better the military keep off because at the end of the day, even the military are just Kenyans. In that military, we have a lot of people. So that was a wrong move. That was a wrong move. As long as it is a move that, as much as it can be a move that was said from a point of just innocent and expressing himself, but the chief of defense never should he ever come out like that. Because, do you know, we have had so many chief of defenses. Tell me if you have ever, hata kuna wengine hata you've never, haujawahi sikia sauti zao. They have never spoken anywhere. They have never spoken everywhere. We had someone like General Karangi. He was the chief of defense. I don't know. I can't remember where he ever spoke. And then there was another one. Alikuwa anaitwa nani? There was a guy. There was a one. Alikuwa anaitwa Mwadede. He never spoke anywhere. We could never hear his voice anywhere. And then we have General Ogola, who, you know what? There was a scandal, there was an issue with him hapa na pale because of the issue of bombers and everything. But even previously, if you even go back to the history, so many chief of defenses that have been there, they have never involved themselves. They even hata ongeangi, they hata wajuangi, they hata wakujangi, they don't come out to speak or anything. So I think that tradition should be maintained. That tradition should be maintained, because if something as small as this statement ndio imeleta a lot of reaction, imagine if it's something that is perpetuated and continues. Then it is very dangerous, because for Kenyans, the only institution that they respect and they always hold in high regard is the military, because these are people that never get themselves in local things. Nyinyi mpiganeni masiasa zenyu huko nini na nini, because politicians have no hawananga boundary. They will attack you with anything. So it's very dangerous, and Kenyans have picked up that culture. Ya politicians, they call themselves name anyhow, wanatukanana anyhow. So you imagine now people coming out, they are calling out the chief of defense evil anyhow. It's not something that is good. It is not something that is good. And you can hear even people who have been here long enough, people like Kina Haman Manyora, they are saying that these kind of things should never be we should never even imagine. You get? You should never even imagine. But as you can hear from even other reactions, that there's that slogan that people keep on chanting, even despite the fact, because it even happened at kwa game ya God. People came out and they shouted. There was a Mashemeji derby in Shabana. Shabana were playing with, not Mashemeji derby, Shabana were playing with the Muranga Seals, and the stadium people are still chanting the same thing. This is a clarion call that people are tired with this government and they are calling for change. And they are not asking that the president atolewe kwa kiti in an constitutional way. No, people are just mobilizing and calling each other out, so that people can be woke in 2027 that this regime has failed and it needs to go home. So if at all the president will be removed, he'll be removed from the ballot. Because it is from the ballot that he came into power. So he'll be removed with the ballot. Nothing more, nothing less. There is not going to be anarchy. No one is calling for anarchy, because we can't allow our country to end up in anarchy. We can't end up in that state whereby the country is ungovernable. No. We can't let ourselves to end up there, because reversing that, it's next to impossible. Look at countries that have ended up like that. Reversing that is always next to impossible. It takes years to rebuild that country again. So we can't allow that. But people need to express themselves. People need to express themselves how they feel, what they want not to happen. If the government is failing them, they need to come out and call out the government for failing them. Because if they are the one who walieka hii serikali kwa kiti, then they have a right of saying if it's not working for them. They have a right of saying, nyinyi tuliwapatia kazi, you have failed, so we are telling you guys, your time is up, you need to go home. You need to pack and go home. So we are just giving you the period that you have been assigned to lead. After the remaining time you may go assigned to lead, you will go home. And there's nothing wrong with the president going home. We have seen presidents who have served one term and they have gone home. There are so many of them in Africa. So it will not be like the first time. And the military should always be awoke that at the end of the day, their work is to serve the interest of Kenya. So not the interest of an individual, the interest of the country. And the country is saying and is showing it, is expressing itself, saying, we are tired, we are not satisfied with this person, we want him to go home. Not the unconstitutional way. No one has called for the demonstration to go to State House and remove the president. No. We are just saying that this bunch of politicians, this bunch of people that we elected into office, we are tired of them. They have not been serving us. They have been serving their own interests and everything. So we are just asking them that, hey, Majama, your time is up. Just serve your 2 years. You are the remaining 2 years. After the 2 years, muende to home in peace. We get a new government in place. The interest of the nation comes first and it supersedes any other interest. So this clarion call is not to say that we want to remove the president in an unconstitutional way. We are just saying, we are just reminding him that you have failed and a time will come you must go. must go is a statement for 2027, that in 2027 you must go. The same way people used to tell Moi back then that yote yawezekana bila Moi. People used to campaign, people used to sing and sing yote yawezekana bila Moi. Even before the election, it was a year before the election. Those things, those chants had started and were continuing and everything, and Moi never did anything about it because he understood that you can't stop an idea whose time has come. So it is upon also the president to understand that you can't stop an idea whose time has come. That is that simple. It's that simple, nothing more. Anyway, guys, I don't want to speak much about this. What do you think? This thing is still trending, it's still going outside there. People are still giving their reaction. Give your reaction in the comment section. But above it all, remain respectful. Remain respectful to everyone, even to the CDF. Remember, we are all Kenyans and we are all looking for a better country. There is no spare country. We have this one country that if things goes wrong, then we all go down the drain with it. So let us be very careful how we condemn. It is okay to condemn. It is okay to call out some vices or things that you feel like are not happening okay in the country, but try as much as possible to remain respectful. Don't use insult, don't incite people, don't use statements that can incite people. Just give your objective, your view in an objective way, and then you leave it at that. So thank you guys, until next time, bye.